The impeachment process could be on the horizon for President Joe Biden, according to House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer. Comer not holding back in his interview with Newsmax's own Rob Schmidt earlier this week, indicating that House Republicans have the votes to move forward with an impeachment inquiry centered around the Biden family's business dealings. This as Democrats continue to say that there is no evidence of any impropriety or illegality. So what do Republican senators want to see happen here next? Let's ask Wisconsin Senator and member of the Senate Budget Committee, Senator Ron Johnson. Senator, thank you so much for making time for us. We greatly appreciate it.
Well, Tom, great to be back.
So more evidence this week. America First Legal has discovered over 1,000 emails between Hunter Biden's company, Rosemont Seneca, and the executive office of the vice president during President Biden's tenure as vice president. These emails showing Hunter played an intimate role in planning White House events such as the January 2011 China State Luncheon and the March 2012 United Kingdom State Visit and the May 2013 Turkey State Luncheon. There's also emails showing Rosemont Seneca arranging private White House tours for Hunter Biden's clients, as well as one in which Rosemont Seneca associates requested a letter to be written for one of their clients. Your reaction, sir, to the latest revelations, and do you see enough compelling evidence here for an impeachment inquiry or even perhaps a prosecution?
Well, first of all, Senator Grassley and I laid out in our September 2020 report more than enough evidence. Had the news media actually reported on it, had they not falsely accused us of soliciting, disseminating Russian disinformation. Does that sound familiar? We laid out more than enough evidence to show that the Biden family was corrupt, that they were influence peddling. I mean, what else would you pay somebody millions of dollars when they provide no product, no service, they have no skills? So we had more than enough evidence. I really appreciate what James Comer's doing right now. They're just adding to that record. More and more pieces of the puzzle becomes more and more clear of all the corruption, the grift, the influence peddling of Biden Inc. And so, first of all, thank all the whistleblowers for coming forward as well. And that's really been the bulk of the new evidence, is because we've got IRS whistleblowers, we have whistleblowers from other agencies as well. Talking about what documents now James Comer has to subpoena and go after, things like bank records and stuff to make the full case.
Yeah. The National Archives, sir, has been stonewalling requests for the more than 5,000 emails in which President Biden used an alias that was sent during his tenure as vice president. They claim that only President Biden and former President Obama possess the authority to release these communications. Is there a way that Congress can compel their release?
Well, Senator Grassley and I have written multiple letters, 3 to the White House starting in the summer of 2021, asking for those same documents that were written, those emails, under the pseudonym of Joe Biden. So this is something the White House has been aware of. They've been stonewalling us. I think it's interesting. During our 2020 investigation, we requested documents from the National Archives that President Obama also had to sign off on, and he signed off on it. He allowed the National Archives to release that. I don't know why he's not allowing to release them now, but that's one of the reasons you probably have an impeachment inquiry. That really signals, for example, the courts that the Congress is doing its constitutional oversight, its constitutional duty when it comes to impeachment, and it allows those subpoenas to become much more enforceable by the courts.
Speaking of President Obama, Senator, based on what we know now, is it reasonable to assume that President Obama and other senior staffers in the Obama White House knew about Joe, Jim, and Hunter Biden's business activities? And are those Obama staffers, should they now be scrutinized as well as part of this process?
Yes, we require a full investigation. I know individuals in the Obama State Department were fully well aware of this. Let's face it, President Obama was briefed together with Vice President Biden by then CIA Director John Brennan about the scheme that the Hillary Clinton campaign had to accuse the Trump campaign of colluding with Russia. They were briefed about that in August of 2016. Mm-hmm. So President Obama knew full well that the Russian collusion scheme, false narrative, was a hoax. It was false. And yet he allowed the investigation to go forward. They certainly set up Michael Flynn so that he would never be involved in the Trump White House because he was just too dangerous. He knew too much. And so they totally took their legs out from underneath General Flynn. So no, I think Obama is fully aware of a lot of this and is as corrupt when it comes to this episode as so much of federal law enforcement and certainly the Biden family.
I want to switch gears with you, Senator, to the looming government shutdown. Right now, your colleagues in the Senate appear to be divided on supporting a continuing resolution that would fund the government past September 30th. What are the red lines for you in those negotiations with Democrats?
Well, I don't want to see a government shutdown, which is why when I was chairman of Homeland Security, 2 times we passed a bipartisan bill, Preventing Government Shutdown Act. I selected the James Langford, Maggie Hassan bill because it was totally bipartisan, and it does what Wisconsin does. If you have dysfunction, you don't fund a government agency or the entire government. You don't shut it down. You just fund it at last year's levels. We've never got a legitimate vote on that bill in the years since I passed out of my committee. We should have, during the debt ceiling negotiation, that should have been the bottom line. If you want to increase the debt ceiling, at a minimum, we need to pass Preventing Government Shutdown Act. Unfortunately, the House didn't see it that way. They didn't include that in their package. It was never brought up during the passage of the debt ceiling increase. We ought to do it now. If any kind of CR should be attached, we should attach the Preventing Government Shutdown Act so we can take government shutdown off the table for all time.
Senator, finally, I want to get your thoughts on yet another moment when President Biden seemed to disrespect brave Americans or seem potentially totally detached from the moment. Watch this, please. I don't know about you, sir. I thought that was one of the most disgraceful things that I have seen him do, and I'd like to get your reaction.
I certainly felt sorry for the award recipient. It shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Again, I said that Joe Biden would be unfit for president back in September of 2020, not only because of the corruption of the Biden crime family, but again, you could see he was deteriorating both physically and mentally. I don't take any joy in saying that. There's nothing good that I found about getting old. But at some point in time, the voters have to be told, and they have to be shown and need to demonstrate the fact that Joe Biden simply is not fit for office. But the mainstream media continues to pretty well cover up for Joe Biden. But again, he is mentally and physically deteriorating as well as he's corrupt.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you making time for us today.
Have a good day.